Hey everyone, today I'm going to review this Lamborghini Countach 25th anniversary by Tomytec, and it's part of the Tomica Limited Vintage Neo line. They've done other releases such as the Lamborghini Miura. They've done I think other versions of the Countach and in different colours like yellow, green, orange, and this one is the one that I'm really excited about. So a little bit of background, for the last couple of years since lockdown has started and then finished, I started to collect diecast cars as a new hobby. And you know, I think every once in a while with hobbies you get this big high, and owning this diecast is a big high for me because this car is one of my favorite cars. It has it looks, for me, like from the 80s. Although it was started production in the 70s, it did change appearance for the 5 different iterations of it. But the overall look, the futuristic design of it, it's a very memorable, visually stunning vehicle. And I'm very, very happy to get this. So this video, is something I really enjoy doing because I'm showing you something which I'm really stoked about. So yeah, let's have a look at this. So this was quite expensive, but let's see if it's worth it. And it comes in this special box. There we go. So you can see the sides if you're interested in that. It's got the scale 1/64, and it's got opening doors and engine hood at the back. So that's that. Let's move this carefully out the way. It comes with this info sheet tabbed in. Sadly I can't read Japanese, but if you can, or if you want to scan that with Google Translate, see if it can come up with the English for that, go ahead. That's just a piece of cardboard there. Now we get to the vehicle inside, but before we do, let's just take a look at this. So here we've got some instructions for how to add the wing mirrors. So the wing mirrors come separately to the vehicle. Normally Tomica don't even bother with wing mirrors, unlike Hot Wheels where they just have a small metal representation of it. But here they've got most likely a plastic insert, which we'll have a look at later, and some instructions on how to do it and where it goes. That's empty. And on the back here, again, I don't read or understand Japanese, but if you do, or if you want to try to Google Translate that, there you go. You can see really cool 3D drawing illustration of it with the opening features, and that's that. So here we have the vehicle inside. Let's take this off carefully. This is very carefully packaged, looking beautiful. Okay, let's put this safely down here, off camera, and then they even put this kind of plastic lining here. Let's just take this out for a second. Put it to one side. Okay, so here are the wing mirrors underneath. And you can see that you just pull them off this plastic here. So, and it's even got this, I'm zooming in massively, you can see my finger here, look how this, it's just tiny. And you can see it's got this grooves here, and you can easily just slot that in. I don't think I'll do it in this video because I'm not a fan of loose plastic parts. I wish they just did it in metal, to be honest. That would have been really good. But anyway, I will leave that in here. And while we're here looking at stuff, let's see in the bottom of this. So you just get this piece of card. Just, if I can get it out. No, okay, I'll leave it in there, doesn't matter. But yeah, it's just about Takara Tomy fans, and it's got a QR code. I don't know if you wanted to be able to scan that if you really wanted to. There we go. So if you want to scan that, take a picture, go ahead. There you go. Right. Now that that has been unboxed, let's take a look at the vehicle. So just looking at the box itself, if you go around, it's even got a plastic sheet just to, because sometimes this kind of plastic, it's quite cheap and it can crack and become brittle. So they even put, that there. So let's get this out finally. And let's set this down here for examination review. So Tomica or Takara Tomy, they've done a few other Countaches. I've got a couple which I'll show you, and I have reviewed those previously. And I've got, just for comparison, a Majorette one as well. So let me just zoom in on this. Finally, we have the vehicle itself out of all the packaging. Let's take a look at this. So already I can see just an increase in the amount of engineering of the details in this vehicle. Let's take a look around, and I'll put it on the turntable at the end as usual. So this part, we'll do some comparisons later, but I'm already noticing things about this version and the previous Tomica versions. So the 25th anniversary version was updated, and one of the engineers on the update team was Horacio Pagani. That Pagani who obviously was responsible for the Zonda and the Huayra, and this was where he showed his knowledge. And it really, this 25th anniversary version out of the 5 versions, I think it's the fastest. And what he did was he added these bumpers and modified the airflow of the vehicle and got rid of that rear wing spoiler, which was a great addition by Walter Wolf, and it looks really cool, but it also increased the drag and therefore lowered the top speed down, so that was removed. So let's take a look at this beauty. Plastic headlights, and what I'm noticing here, and you will see later on, is that, actually I'll just bring it out now. So the other 25th anniversary by Tomica, this is what the Tomica Premium one looks like. This part is metal and this part is plastic underneath, and it's just been painted here, whereas on the Tomytec one, this is actually all metal, including the wheel skirting on the front and the back. So let's check this. This part is plastic here though, the rear bumper, but they've made that out of metal, and you can see by the colours they've decided to differentiate them. I can just zoom out. This one is a more darker scarlet red, and this one's just your bright flashy Ferrari red, if I can say that. The other difference between these 25th anniversary ones and the previous ones, look at these high air boxes here, these air ducts. It's much more of an 80s look that mimics like high shoulder pads and the styling at the time. So took it from the 70s to the 80s, and then I think they stopped production in 1990, so it really lasted a long time production wise. Anyway, back to this model here. So I think maybe it's just this model, but there's a slight lip on this door, but it's seamless on this side, and this moving part is seamless as well, so it all fits in really nicely. So let's look at it here from this side. Let's zoom in. So they've even tried to mimic the really small decals on the side. And this is impressive for Tomytec, that they've actually got rubber wheels, and they've even mimicked the outer rims. Normally it's just plastic, but they've really stepped up their game with this Tomytec design. And on the back, let's check this out. Just zoom out a little bit. There we go. And yeah, you can see the extra details in the tail lights. Silver exhaust here. And they've even got these here. So right then, now let's check out the moving or openable features of this vehicle. So let's do this. Okay, that was pretty smooth. Let's do the other one. Let's see, do they both go to the same height? Yeah, sometimes they don't. Wow, look at that. Incredible. Oh look, there's plastic inserts here as well. Okay, look at this. Even the interior has got a massive boost from Tomytec. You can see even the lines on the seat very clearly. Gear sticks, black, different colour. Steering wheel, dashboard. Even got this kind of mixed it up with a black dash, but then interiors this kind of light grey. Let's zoom in on that and appreciate all the details Tomytec have been giving us. And then let's see the roof. Did they do anything? No, just the plastic. Okay, let's see it from the other side now. So you can see that the lines don't actually, there's some at the top and there's some at the bottom, and on the other one same. Here goes all the way, and from the other side, there you go. Incredible detail. So like I say, this was a more expensive model, but so far they've definitely, I can see the upgrades they've done for this. Okay, and the last opening part, let's take a look, is the engine hood. There we go, check that out. I think it will fall if I don't. Nope, it's okay. Look at that in there. Whoops. Let's look at this inside here. So the other Tomica Premium also has an opening engine hood. Let's check it out and see the difference between the two. So, whoops, don't want to drop that, but okay, luckily it wasn't the new one. So this one here, that's what the interior looks like for the Tomica Premium. This is what the interior looks like for the Tomytec, and you can see they've added some silver paint here to differentiate the parts. Looks like a different hood to me, engine to me. So there you go. Let's put those down now. So let's look at the doors again. I just want to show you how they've made it out of the materials. So what they've done is the door itself is metal, but if you can see here, the window is plastic. So they've added that on with the interior of the door being in plastic in light grey, and they've just probably just glued that on inside. But yeah, the engineering for the fit, there is a small lip, as you can see here. It's not quite perfect, but it's perfect on this side, so I'll show you here. You know, it's seamless. You know, the engineers have really done their work, and sometimes with material tolerances, these things can happen where there's just a slight, just fraction of a millimeter would just create a difference in the fit. But anyway, there we go. Let's zoom out again. But yeah, look at that interior. It's just so clear. And if I show you the Tomica Premium one, you know, it's just, you can see the difference already. This and this, okay? This is just, there's no openable doors. And they've done different seats. Yeah, the interior is completely new in this one. And you can see the windscreen wipers here. And these are the windscreen wipers here. You know, everything has been really upgraded for this Tomytec model. Okay, I've zoomed in quite a lot. Let's zoom out again. And let's do some comparisons. So, here we have both, here we have both 25th anniversary models next to each other. The bright one, as I mentioned earlier, is the premium version, Tomica Premium, and the darker one is the Tomytec one. You can take a look at these side by side. Actually, let's just put this one on top. So this one seems a bit sleeker, and the height doesn't seem to be, I think this one's got a bigger height and is a bit boxier, whereas this one is, yeah, they've really tried to mimic the aerodynamic shape of the wedge shape vehicle. Let's take a look at the back. So depending which one you want to get, this is what you're going to get. So you can see the taillights, just very simple on here and here. They tried to, you know, you've got these extra design parts. Underneath the vehicle. Look at this. Extra silver painted part there. And just a few extra details here. We've even got the vents here on the side. Okay, let's look at them from a bird's eye view. This one, actually it's a bit bigger, isn't it? This one's a 161 in scale, and this one is a 164, so this one is slightly bigger. And you can really see, actually there is just a few millimeters width difference that make it from 161 to 164. But yeah, that it's been engineered in meticulous detail. Okay, let's switch this around here. Now you can see from the front, what I like about this Tomytec, which, you know, was a big issue with a lot of Tomica cars, is look at this, the plastic inserts, you know, they've got eyes, and I don't like that. It just detracts from the vehicle. I know it's like a circular plastic insert that probably glues in there, but here, you know, they've kind of resolved it, and there you go. It looks so much better. And you can see now the front bumper. So there you go, and the last one from this side. Oh, it's like juggling here. So there you go. You can see the tires as well. The difference is much more clearer on the Tomytec one. There's 5 circles. And here, the paint on the plastic does not, you know, because of different materials, it's hard to get them to match. They look quite, it's close, but it's just not the same, and you can tell. Whereas here, you know, this part is metal. Okay. There we go. So that is a comparison between those two. Now let's bring in another Tomica, which is I've got the boxes here actually. This one is your Lamborghini Countach 500S, so that's like the third one. And yeah, the other one was the 25th anniversary. So this one is the Walter Wolf design, and I've done a review of this already. It's a shame that that window's just slightly fallen down a little bit there. It's not quite matching, whereas here it's fine. And you can see, is this a 160? Yeah, it's also 161 scale as well. So you can see the Lamborghinis like that. And you know, it's quite similar. This one, I'll just quickly show you. Again, it's got the eyes in for this round plastic tab where it's inserted. The front doesn't have the same air ducts or that rear bed bumper on the 500S. And these vents are not as high or prominent as they are in the 25th anniversary version. Okay, so let's give this a spin on the turntable. Let's take these off first, and let's pop these features up so you can see it in all their glory. Oh, not sure that stays up. Nope, I don't think it stays up. Let's see. Okay, just right. You know, anyone doing 164 dioramas, this is your vehicle. This will look awesome. And yeah, now that I've been with this hobby for a couple of years, I've got quite a lot of cars. I think the next stage for me is to find some dioramas for some scenes and some accessories to pose these cars in. And I'll have a look at some things to buy in the future for that. So there we go. What a beast of a vehicle. Really, really happy with this purchase. And just for comparison, let's put the other ones on. Just so you can see what they look like next to each other if you were using them in a diorama. And the, you know, this Tomytec, the features are so realistic, it will definitely boost any display. And yeah, just because I've done it in a previous video, just for comparison, here is a Majorette, which is actually in a similar darkened red scarlet to the Tomytec. Also has opening doors out of metal, but you can see there's like a plastic part of the windscreen is used to lock them in and allow it to rotate. And this one is a LP400, so like one of the earlier Walter Wolf redesigns. Again, these wheels, I don't really like that circular silver rim, but this is what you'd get with a Majorette as well, so you can compare. It's a bit bigger, but it also looks good. But yeah, if you want the best Lamborghini Countach model, it's got to be, in my opinion, the Tomytec, hands down. You're not gonna get a better one than that on the market at the moment. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I did. This is probably one of my favourite vehicles in my collection. And yep, subscribe for more reviews. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think of this model, and give this video a like.